So Logan Paul and Floyd Steal Your Money Mayweather, they had a fight this weekend that saw no winner. Both men going 8 rounds, 3 minutes each round. Floyd was playing around. We saw that one knockout shot that where we thought Logan Paul was knocked out, and then Mayweather kind of hugged him and kind of helped him back up, and it went around, and people were like, "Oh man, it's a fixed fight or whatever," and it's like, was it fixed? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter.
So, but
Fight.
it's an exhibition fight. Here's the thing. What I will say, and I'll let you take it from here.
Oh, absolutely.
Anyone who paid for this fight and expected a real boxing contest that both fighters were eager to win and care about, you from the beginning, that should not have been your intention going into this, because this was never promoted like that. Everyone knew going into this that this was just going to be a cash grab for Mayweather, a cash grab for Logan Paul, and a clout grab for both. That's what it was, and that's what this fight was. So, Trevor, just what are your thoughts about this fight and just exhibition fights like this in general? And is it good for the sport of boxing?
Honestly, no, it's not good for the sport of boxing. Not this. Like if it was actually an exhibition between two boxers, well-trained boxers. Not saying that Mayweather isn't, but that other guy, yeah, we already know. But if it was something like that, that'd be interesting, right? That'd be worth paying money to see, right? Because I mean, Mayweather, one of the greatest boxers of all times, right? One of the has studied the art of robbing you for your money, and he's good at what he does. But really, Logan Paul, I get you want to etch your name, you want to make yourself relevant again. I mean, Mayweather will always be relevant. He doesn't have to have an exhibition fight against a hack that is not better than his brother, and that's the best thing I'll ever say about any of the Paul brothers. That's not better than his brother. To make money, of course it was a cash grab. Of course it was. You honestly, anyone that ordered this fight honestly expected, oh man, Logan's gonna give it to him. Who? When? Where? How? Exactly. Logan Paul can't box his way out of a wet paper bag with a hole in it and a knife.
He's not even the best boxer in his family.
No. No.
I think Jake Paul has genuine boxing talent.
He does. He really does.
And I'm not saying he's going to be the best in the world, but he has top notch. I'm saying he's got the potential to be a great boxer. I genuinely think that.
But I've said on the show before, and I said to you before, I honestly think he has great talent. I just want to see him box somebody, an actual fighter.
And here's the thing, and it comes down to this: these exhibition fights. This is what the Paul brothers do. These big exhibition fights against, it's the first one we've seen against a real boxer in Floyd Mayweather, but this is a cash grab. It's basically the Conor McGregor Mayweather fight. That's all this was, and. Yeah. Even that fight was better than this because the buildup was much better. But the thing is, people talk about the exhibition fights. Is this good for the sport of boxing? No. The clear answer is no. It's not good for the sport of boxing. It's good for the spectacle of boxing. It creates spectacle. It creates people talking about boxing, which they didn't do for a very long time before Mayweather, before Paul, before McGregor. All these people got into it. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. What I will say is there's a reason we're seeing, all the best boxers and strikers in the world choosing to go do MMA instead of boxing. It's because that's where they're allowed to go do their craft and actually compete in a sport. Whereas boxing nowadays, it's just determined by the clout you have. Logan Paul and Jake Paul are two of the biggest draws in the world. In boxing.
It's sad,
but it's true. The biggest draws in the world in boxing. And they're getting paid tens of millions of dollars per fight, and they've never wrestled real boxers or never fought real boxers in these primetime fights. So that just tells you the state of boxing. It's spectacle. It's like pro wrestling. Yeah. It's very much like pro wrestling. And look, it's not necessarily a bad thing. But the thing is, if you're boxing, are you fine with the sport becoming a sideshow? And that's what a lot of boxers have to ask themselves. That's what a lot of these commissions have to ask themselves. Floyd Mayweather is arguably the best boxer in the world, and he's fine with it. It makes him money.
Yeah. I mean, because at the end of the day, that's what it is now. Like, I mean, once you have boxed as long as Mayweather is you're no longer hungry. Like, what do you have to prove? You're the best boxer in the world now. Now it's just let me get some money. You know what I mean? Like, you have nothing else to prove at this point. He's beaten everyone that has to beat. Like, there's nothing else for him to prove. So of course, this makes sense for Mayweather. Yeah. Like someone like Paul that claims to be, oh, I train all the time. You train running your fucking mouth. You do not train all the time. Like, you're not a great boxer. Your brother is way better. Your brother's way better. And also you're terrible at lying. He hit you with a glancing knockout. That was a glancing knockout below. I don't care what you say.
The numbers, like people were like there were no judges for this fight, so there wasn't like a real winner because it went all 8 rounds. But it was like very easy to tell who won that fight. Like Logan Paul striked on what is it, between 10 to 15% of his strikes, and and Mayweather was 40 to 40% of his strikes.
Have you seen that video going around where Paul is unloading and he hits him no times because Mayweather's blocking the entire time, and
he's actually defending himself. Yes, it's crazy, man. and look, for anyone who's oh man, but these two went out there and put a show on, and it was great. For anyone who's like that, man,
I was
Floyd Mayweather. You know what Floyd Mayweather said after this fight? Quote: "When it comes to legalized bank robbing, I'm the best." That is the truest thing he has ever said. That is the realest. That's the realest thing about this whole fight in general. Again, it's not something I'm gonna pay for. Just watch the clips on Twitter afterwards.
Yeah, I didn't pay for it at all, and I would never pay for anything Paul-related boxing or anything Paul-related at all. But yeah, I watched it. Most people pay for it to watch Logan Paul get knocked out. Let's just be real. That's why most people bought it. I mean, then you had the delusional people. Oh, he's bigger than Floyd. He has skills.
And then you have the millions of Paul stans who are just like, well, Logan Paul is the next big thing. No,
he's the next big joke.
Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also, remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.